Okay, welcome everyone. This is my climbing script inspired by the finals and Isadora's Edge. The detection simply worked by shooting a raycast downward with a forward and an upward offset. The red line you see here is the debug raycast, just so you can see where the raycast is actually hitting. Uh, it only updates, well, you have probably noticed that it only updates when I jump, and that's just because I don't want to have a raycast running all the time to save on performance. The detween that kind of saw a bit earlier, it just pulls us upward to where the raycast is, but with an offset of the player's height divided by 2, so we can be perfectly positioned here. We're just assuming that the origin's in the middle of the player for now, considering I'm a capsule. I wanted to make climbing a bit easier, especially when jumping, so I elongated the raycast line. But what happens is it decides that, I mean, it rightfully detects even the small objects. But the reason why it's not is because I just added a simple code, or an if statement that changes the length depending on if I'm on the floor or not. So as you can see, I jump, but you see how it's only this long. But I jump and then try climb, and then it's just a bit longer. It avoids us interacting with the small obstacles, though we still can if we're falling. Oh, which I still will have to fix. And as you just saw there's a bit of a issue, like how you saw the player or the capsule sliding backwards when I was, well, climbing, as you just saw there. Well, this happens because we're not close enough to the wall, and the raycast decides to put us close enough to the edge where the player slides off because we're a capsule. And it's not ideal. We could fix this by either pushing the raycast further forward, but that could be a bit annoying. So instead, what we could do is set the do tween position or give an offset that it's forward, so that when we do this, it won't be where we hit, it'll be forward just a little bit. Just a quick little showcase. Oh, ignore that. It's pretty fun, if I do say so myself. So first, once we press jump, then we will have the ray length be determined by whether or not we're grounded. As you've seen earlier, we've got the debug here, but the climbing direction only gets updated here, so it doesn't really change much. And the climbing direction is where the raycast starts. Body orientation dot position is, where we are, but then we give it an offset of forward multiplied by 1, and offset upwards multiplied by 2. And then we have this bool, which is depending on the raycast hitting the environment. Ray length, climbing direction are both values that have been set prior, as you've already seen, and as I have already explained. It shoots downwards, of course, so we can climb on top of stuff. And then if all the needs are met, then it sets another bool to true without disabling it at all. Like, this will not be disabled. I mean, obviously. And we have an if statement, so if it's not climbable and we are grounded, then we'll jump. And then if we are climbing, or if is climbing is true, so this bool, then it would just activate this method, which will allow us to actually climb with the ray hit info. So where the raycast hit the, well, whatever it hit, the platform. And then we give it an offset upwards of the player height divided by 2. And then we have transform.doMove target position under or within 0.1 f or seconds, I think. This just moves us from where we are to target position. Then we have onComplete is climbing false, allowing us to redo the entire thing.